been about a week since we saw the failure of SVB and following that Signature Bank. You're probably wondering, is my bank in trouble? Well, hopefully not. A couple things that happened in the past week to hopefully step up confidence in other banks. One is the government and the U.S. Treasury Department told banks, if you're worried about your Treasury securities having declined in value, not a problem. We will lend you money. You can pledge those securities to us at par. So I talked about SVB had lost $2 billion on its Treasury security investments. But if you want to lend those as collateral to the government, they'll pretend as though, you know what, we'll pay you out at their notional value. Don't worry about the loss because we'll just hold them till maturity. It won't be a problem. That's called the BTFP, the Bank Term Funding Program. And you're thinking, well, what about a giant bank? What if Bank of America goes under? What if Chase goes under? What if Citi goes under? Well, big banks are deemed to be systemically important banks called SIBs. There are 30 in the world. And those banks and those countries that govern those banks are required to have liquidation plans in case of an emergency. So banks like Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, HSBC, Barclays, Chase, they've gone through this exercise and said, what would it look like if we had to get private funding? And even then, what would it look like if we have to get public funding as the government has to step in? So there are emergency plans, break the glass if needed, for systemically important banks. And the bottom line is if you're banking with one of those entities and they go under, we're going to have a lot more problems to worry about in the world than where to get your funds from. So you should feel okay keeping your money there.